Now, let me ask you. Me and Disco are very big fans of what was you and the other guy?
So let me ask you. So you fast forward, and like me and Conan, like sometimes we were watching NXT, and this is before Dynamite came along, because when we watch NXT Raw and SmackDown. So you and Tyler Breeze started doing Breezango.
Yeah,
and you started doing the Fashion Police skit.
Yeah,
with the wee woo, bro. We popped. So I don't know if you were listening to the show.
Yeah, you guys heard. I appreciate.
But we put it over huge.
Yeah,
I gotta know whose idea was that.
Yeah, let me give you the kind of the quick story on that one. Is I was out with the injury. Yeah. Thanks for.
That's so funny.
We were out. I was out with an injury. I tore like a meniscus. I was out 6 to 8 weeks, and I think they were making cuts around this time, and we kind of knew. We saw the writing on the wall. We were just kind of floating around, both of us.
So you're worried about being cut?
Yeah. I mean, we kind of knew it was coming, and when you feel the rumblings coming, and this was the deal. After Mania, they're cleaning the house, boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, yo, if we're about to get cut, man, let's just. And Breeze is really super proactive. He's like, if we're going to get cut, at least let's say that they can't say we didn't pitch anything over our heads, because that's usually what it is. You guys kind of ran your course. You didn't really pitch any ideas. We just got nothing for you. Go do the indies, come back in 4 years. So I go, let's when I get back.
How much do you love the fact, Roadblock, how much you love the fact that, their job is to come up ideas for you, but yet you have to pitch them to them. But go ahead.
I mean, they got their guys they're always writing for, and they just kind of fill in the rest of the card.
Right.
But it is what it is. Anyways, so Breeze is like, all right, let's Breeze buys all this stuff on Amazon. We grab a .com guy, one of the social media kids, and we're like, we're just going to shoot promos every week and just keep putting them out there. And if we're going to get fired, at least we can say they can't hang that hat, on that didn't pitch anything. Right. So we just started doing it, and started getting traction online. It got good views, and so they're like, all right, let's put it on SmackDown. So they did an episode, and they put the gimmick on SmackDown, and it started getting momentum, and then eventually it started getting one of the best, some of the best views on the whole show. And Vince didn't get it once. He never liked it at all.
Really? Because, bro, yeah. I was thinking that Vince is kind of like that immature sense of humor. Kind
sophomoric.
I think he'd be. I'm surprised he wasn't like into stuff like that, because he's kind of like into
that
like
stuff
cheesy
was great.
Comedy. Yeah.
I think it's because most of the premises were movies or music or some sort of pop culture. And, if we're doing a spoof on Stranger Things or Twin Peaks.
Right. He's still remembering movies from the Fred Astaire days.
Yeah, like Frank Sinatra.
He probably doesn't know.
Exactly.
Right,
so, like, he's not,
right.
Maybe he's seen Rocky or, Rocky 3. But I don't think he got as a 75-year-old man, understood it. Some of the we were doing, like the writers would write it, and they were popping, but I didn't even know half the some of the gags I didn't even get, but then it would go viral because there's a whole community of people that love these shows,
But then you guys took it to another level, and you did like that CSI, right? Which I thought was funny.
Forensic Files. Yeah. So Fashion Files, Forensic Files. Yeah.
Well, just so you know, Road Dogg was put on the disco list for not doing more with you guys.
Well, not giving them the belts.
Not giving them the belts.
We got so aggravated that they did all these vignette work with these guys. And they're getting over like, okay, you're supposed to put the belts on these guys out. That's like what you invest all this time for. So but they never did. I was like, God. Yeah.
I think it's because it wasn't their idea. It was kind of
that's stupid.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was an organic thing that kind of grew, and some people didn't get it. And, it's just, if it's not theirs, sometimes they don't want to go with it. Like Zack Ryder, he got himself over. And,
how many? Let me ask you a question.
With the Long Island iced tea thing.
How many? Like at the shows, how many? Like there's like at NXT. I guess who was in charge? Was it Hunter and Sean? Were in charge? Like who and Road Dogg too? Is like who?
Yeah.
Like who's the higher the guys in charge at NXT when you were working there?
Well, of course, Hunter. And then right under him is Sean, and then Road Dogg right below him.
Okay. How many writers do they have?
3, 4.
3, 4. And like you get along with were the writers like you get along with them.
Yeah, yeah. I actually, Mick Foley's kid was down there when we were there. Dewey,
right?
He was writing, and yeah, I always get along with the writers. They're your lifeline, man. If they don't know you as a human and get your personality, it's hard to write for someone that you don't really know.
It's just,
you know what
it's
I'm saying?
just very weird the difference, like over the course of time. Like when we, in the mid to late '90s, it was like Kevin Sullivan was like the booker, like for a long period of time, and the booker was like the guy you went in, like he told you what you were doing that night. This is before we used to get these long formatted shows that were written out and stuff. Everything, just like your names is on the board and everything. It's just kind of weird, like Conan, like how all of a sudden like teams of like writers who are like outside the business, kind of like interjected in between like office and talent. Yeah. How all these like Hollywood kids and stuff, like kind of like nerdy guys, like, and then all of a sudden they're like the conduit between what the office wants and what you're doing. And it's like I miss, like I never experienced that. Like I was done with wrestling before this dynamic like came around. And I was just wondering what it was like, and like what people thought of the writers were. Did everybody get along with them, kind of, or did they think they were, or did they, or who was it like? Me
being a money guy, I'm all about the numbers. I know that this cat, whether I would hang out with him after the show or not, he's my medium between he's putting paper that's going to put me on TV. So whether I get along with him or think he's cool or not, I'm still going to play the game with him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't create,
he has kind of your career in his hands.
Yeah, man. And I'm not that level where I can tell this kid to or rip up his paper, because I know where I'm at on the card. I was never a top guy. Bottom mid card guy. So if you give a kid an attitude and he goes in a production meeting, be like, this kid called me a nerd or whatever, and then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. So you got to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And there is a game to be played, bro. Unfortunately,
I mean, I'm about the numbers, bro. That's what it's all about. And some people will take a pay cut to be champ, and I'm like, I got 15 years out of WWE. And it's because I created rewards and I was a good guy people like being around me. I wasn't an introvert. I created relationships. That's just any business. I run construction business up here in Maine. I got 5 guys hanging sheetrock for me, and 3 of them are weird and they don't talk and they take smoke breaks all the time. Who do you think I want on my crew? Is people that I get along with. Same with wrestling.
Right.
Why do you think Hunter had Sean and Road Dogg and Brad?
Those are his boys. He feels comfortable with them.
Scott Armstrong. Those are his crew, man.
Yo, what up? This is Conan, and I host Keeping It 100. My co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!